Having read the info over twice, I can safely say that you are never going to advance beyond your own ships in terms of territory taken. You will be facing down the military-industrial complexes of entire houses, and a single joker in a poorly maintained Favner can bring your entire group to their knees. No power creep for you. Your ideology is a complete joke when you get past the big fancy words, some of which are even misspelled. You are left with what amounts to a bunch of classical liberals who try to be edgy but just look pretentious. Actually, I have to ask you this now. In what way are you different from Audiobook? Are you merely using a different tag or faction so they can prosecute a proxy war? Next thing, your means. You claim to recruit disaffected blood dragons, so you are literally leeching off of established vanilla factions to create your liberal government that tries to resonate with the values of today. You operate off of stolen Kashiro equipment and have a special hatred for them despite them pushing the more democratic government that has since been somewhat rolled back. Also, you want to fight Gallia and Nams, like every other special snowflake faction ever that doesn't happen to be based in the Omicrons. In short, Blood Dragon ID accomplishes your goals far better than a freelance RID does.
Ouroboros, with its leader having experienced the final days of the Republic of Japan under the alliance in Seoul, had been for the most part been inspired by the government of Kozari's predecessor starting from the 1950s AD to the end of the alliance around the 2250s AD, as well as taking notes from American socio-political ideology found in the Constitution. Some would be left thinking that Ouroboros seeks to re-establish the past. However, this is far from the truth. The faction embraces the blessings that almost a millennia of scientific creation have given mankind, and as such, seek to have Kozari once more be at the forefront of technological advancement. Ouroboros' socio-political ideologies embrace transhumanist concepts such as sublimation, a term defined by Supreme Commander Adjutant Miko Ayakahara as the conversion of a human consciousness or spirit into artificial intelligence. Furthermore, it also aspires to embrace the human body, experimenting in biology and genetics to extensively improve the human body post-birth, much like how Greenland's Bureau des Marins Activités and Liberties LSF have been rumored to have been doing for ages. Ouroboros seeks to make Kozari into a beacon of hope for the serious sector, leading the fight for the advancement of the human race and charging the other houses to improve themselves, all the while charging them to focus themselves on the fight against the belligerent Gallia and Slamankara. It can be seen that Ouroboros seeks to right perceived grand injustices, such as the lie of King Charles' predecessors that the alliance is to blame for the ACS Gallia's sabotage, as well as the Order's vehement belligerence and for the most part, blind obedience of their leader, Michał Golansky. With these in mind, Ouroboros can be defined as a faction that glances to the past, but keeps their eyes set on the future of Kozari, and Sirius at large.
You are literally revolting against a parliamentary monarchy that has most, if not all, of the concerns you would have already addressed. Like 5 years ago, you would have been relevant, but now Kozari has women in positions of power across the board, a representative government, and guaranteed fundamental human rights. This is literally making you look like a hypocritical power-hungry dictatrix wannabe, and I will treat you as such an RP, especially considering that God-Exo itself has all of 2 people who make the major decisions, neither of which were elected due to them having founded it. Also, you apparently instantly ban people who say anything negative from your Discord. This is a nice insight into your attitude. Parliamentary monarchy.
A parliamentary monarchy is not a democracy. It's a quasi-democracy. O vertical bar is maintained in a similar way due to being in a, I don't know, state of war? I don't know about you, but in war, a government, military should be as efficient as possible, and it could be just as bad as a full-fledged hoodoo. When the factions situation improves, it will become a democracy.
I'll start a proxy war via Ouroboros.
Ask Nyx. She'll tell you what we're going to tell you now. No.
You true, the affected BD members and houses will bear down on you.
What do you have to prove this? Why didn't CORE have the houses bear down on Oxgia? Why didn't the LPI, Lane and LSF bear down on HF? Why does the order still exist, even though every lawful entity and their mother has them slated as terrorists? Because they have better shit to deal with. Kuzari has Greenland and two other, much larger unlawful factions to deal with. Greenland has GMG to deal with. Liberty has the Rolls and other internal shit to deal with.
You operate Kashiro hardware.
Your point? If we pick up a Kalashnikov and shoot some evil commie with it, does it make us a hypocrite? Let us break this down to you, man with a bigger dick than me. Your extreme pessimism of our faction CO, while you and your clique have gone on for quite some time. Let us make you aware of something. We're open to constructive criticism, not being a over-condescending prick. Ergo, we do not care about your opinion, or the opinion of those who share similar mindsets. We are not going to let this faction feedback become a breeding ground for vehement hostility like the others. We are drawing the line here, and if you want to pitch fits and scream, because of or differences, then so be it. We will take the high ground, and not humor you any further.
Look at who's also in a state of war. If you guessed Empire of Kuzari, you guessed correctly. Well done, you're contradicting yourself. You can have effective territorial conquest or being barely worth the effort of being burnt to a crisp, pick one. Note that every faction you have listed has their main base of operations outside their house's core space. Considering that you wrote what amounts to the backstory to allow that, you are literally writing up an evil antagonist empire for your alleged heroes to go up against. Seriously, the Kashiro as you present them are mustache-whirling Saturday morning cartoon villains. That is, when your backstory consists of this. After you're done with your ad hominem, perhaps you can address my concerns.
Ekodaitu. How dare you meme Nodoka? That's it. You are grounded, 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 grounded for 5356800 seconds. Go to Crossfire now.